The second African American that I'm going to talk about is Benjamin Banneker, an African American who helped shape this country. I started out with Crispus Attucks, took a few months off, but now I'm back. I'm going to do 100 African Americans that helped shape this country. Now I'm not going to do their entire bio. I'm just going to do a small segment of their total history. Benjamin Banneker was one of America's finest and greatest scientists. And he was Thomas Jefferson's great influencer. Benjamin was born in 1731, 132 years before slavery officially ended. His mother was Mary Banneker. She was a former slave, but she was free. So that made Benjamin Banneker free. Back in them days, if the mother is free, is a free slave, then any children that she have are also free. So that's why he was free. Benjamin was self-taught. He learned to read using a family Bible. He also learned to write using the family Bible. But when he attended a Quaker school, math became his #1 subject, and he became very brilliant at math. Hard work was nothing to him. And because of his hard work and studying and learning math, it begins to pay off later in his life. He began to invent things, and when he saw a man that had a watch, he memorized it, and he decided to recreate the watch. And got to understand, no watches in America, or no watches in America existed at that time. So Benjamin used his mathematical skills to recreate all the gears of the watch. Now, understand this. The watch was made, the gears was made of wood. And because it was made with perfect design and craftsmanship and all of that, this watch lasted for well over 40 years. Amazing, right? Because of his mathematical skills, he was also interested in astronomy. He studied astronomy like any subject that he put his mind to. And one of his predictions was a solar eclipse that occurred on 14 April 1789, which totally shocked his skeptical people that didn't believe in him. You see, back then, a black man wasn't supposed to know anything. He's supposed to have been just dumb and just working the fields and all that stuff. Well, that's not true. Benjamin also was equal to any white man back then. Many other slaves were equal to white men, just to be clear about it. He was a staunch and avid supporter of freedom for black people in America. So what he did is he read the Declaration of Independence, I believe he read. And when he wrote that, he became motivated, and he wrote Thomas Jefferson a letter stating all of the stuff that they said in the Declaration of Independence, but they wasn't living it because Thomas Jefferson was a slave owner. But he also indicated that blacks was as intelligent and equal to any white man. He proved that by sending him an almanac that he created. And that almanac was like predicted holidays. That almanac had predicted eclipses, When the Sun Rises and the Sun Sets. It had essays in there. It had many things, and you can also go online to look at the letter and the almanac that he sent to Thomas Jefferson. To his surprise, Thomas Jefferson wrote him back. Now, you know, back in them days, white people and black people didn't write each other, but because Thomas Jefferson, because he was Thomas Jefferson, I guess he could do what he wanted to do. And Thomas Jefferson did state that people are equal and they deserve equal rights. Now, I don't know if Jefferson freed his slaves after that, but he did write back, and that is documented and that is proof. But, you know, even after all of that slavery time and all like that, Jefferson and Banneker remained friends. Even when Jefferson became the president of the United States. Now, do you recognize what has happened just now? Black man, president of the United States. Outside of fighting for freedom for blacks in America, Benjamin Banneker was selected to help lay out and design the nation's capital in Washington, D.C. A lot of biographers have stated on record that Banneker's survey consisted of astronomical observation to pinpoint the starting point for the survey to build the nation's capital. And he often used a clock to relate points on the ground to the positions of stars at specific times. An amazing feat. Very intelligent. But after the French planner Pierre Charles L'Enfant abruptly quit, he took those plans back to France. Benjamin Banneker must have had a pretty good recall memory, because the nation's capital was built, and it was built because Benjamin Banneker recalled the design that the French planner took back to France with him. He recalled the entire thing from memory. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Now, how could you think that blacks could not be equal to whites back in them days? Anyway, Benjamin Banneker, he never married. I mean, that's, to me, that's just such a shame. Man was busy, I understand that, but that's such a shame, because his offsprings probably would be around today to carry his legacy on. Don't know why he didn't get married. Maybe he just didn't want to. But Banneker died a lonely man in his house on October the 9th, 1806, at the age of 74. Because of his scientific works and invention to this country, Benjamin Banneker is an African American that helped shape America, a true American hero. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. There will be more videos coming your way like this, as well as other things like politics, maybe even sports, things of that nature. Make some comments. I really like comments. I like to engage with the audience, and maybe we can get a good conversation going. Thank you if you watched this video all the way through, and I'll see you on the next video.